Welcome! I am Poveglia Cornelius, and I am the ghost that haunts this channel. This is the Demented Projects. If you weren't looking for this, I'd say stick around anyways. These stories, as you might have already known, are choose-your-own-adventure games, if you can call it a game. Though some of them are fiction, some non-fiction is mixed in here as well. I'll leave it to you to figure out which ones are real and which ones are fake. Take charge of their fates, for better or for worse. These games will be brought to life by recording the most popular events, and then will be audible to you, the players of the fates. If you do not pick the right choices, these fictional or non-fictional characters will keep me company.
Poveglia? I told you not to start without me.
Oh, Eric, you're ruining our first episode. I thought you said you wanted to scare them.
We had it all planned out and everything. Sorry guys. Like Poveglia said, this is the first ever podcast episode of the Demented Projects. I am so excited to share this with you guys. And actually what Poveglia said was true. Some of these stories are fiction and some of these stories are non-fiction. Which means, obviously, some of them are true. But I'm not sure exactly which ones they would be. You see, I've always had this, I guess you could say, ability. It sounds cheesy, but I can see stories unravel in different ways, and as a writer, you can only imagine how useful this can be.
Can we get started already? People don't want to hear your explanations. They want to hear the podcast.
In a minute. Before we get started, I just want to thank you guys for taking an interest in this experiment of mine. I hope to keep making these for you guys, but I won't be able to do that if it doesn't get recognized. And just like all the other YouTubers say, you can repeat it with me word for word. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Without any further ado, I give you guys A Night in Poveglia.
Rick comes into the studio and into the conference room. At that time, the team was thinking about plans for Halloween episodes for their YouTube channel, Ghost Delvers.
No, absolutely not. Why would we do a pumpkin spice challenge that's the exact same thing as the cinnamon challenge, and even that is overdone and outdated?
Come on, man. The meeting's almost over. Oh, like you and Sam never came late from the dojo.
Why don't we
realize
just
that
take
he
one of our
records just
fans
about
to go and
everything
stay
that
in a haunted
happens,
place close
even
by,
the meeting going
like
on.
as a prize winner or something.
This is something that they would need to make a prize system.
Everyone,
and
after a
let the
while,
fans
all
know at
takes
least a
notice
week
of
in
Rick and the
advance,
big
and
smirk on his
all its
face,
other complications.
his hands behind
It's
his
just
head,
gonna take
leaning
too
in his
long.
chair with not a worry in the world.
Spill it, ridiculous.
As she tossed an open whiteboard marker at him, Rick nearly falls from barely deflecting the marker from staining his shirt. After everyone finished laughing and Rick caught his balance, he said,
Well, I noticed that we haven't been having the best brainstorming sessions recently, and we're starting to run out of planned videos, and the whole Halloween special.
Sam reaches for another marker.
I got us all tickets to go to Italy next week.
Everyone starts throwing out excuses on why that's impossible, but Rick was able to tell them that
It's going to be quick. In and out. Just one night there. We get the footage, and then we leave. Our plane leaves in 2 days.
Do you have to record everything, Judalicious?
Do you think filmmakers shoot just what they need? There's value in every shot.
Hey Sam, you want to take the opening for this video? I did the last one.
Ladies first, how smooth. You don't mind, do you, Rick, if I start the intro?
I already did my part buying the tickets for the video. Go for it.
Sweet. How do I look, Jedalicious? Do I look like I just woke up from hibernation?
Stop calling me Judalicious. Yeah, you look fine.
Like fine or wine?
Jax looks over as to intimidate him as if he were saying, "Choose your words wisely. That's my woman."
Intro to Poveglia, Italy. Take one. Let's go sea beast in 3, 2, 1.
Ciao, friends and curious gossips of the like. We are in Venice, Italy, home and birthplace of everyone's favorite party food and guilty pleasure. We are going to Poveglia, Italy? Probably butchered the pronunciation. Sorry about that. Also known as the Island of Death. It has a dark, rich history, but let's see if we can't get one of the locals to tell us more about it. Excuse me, sir. Do you know about the Poveglia Island?
Ah, are you going there?
Oh, wow, your English is good. Yes, sir. We are YouTubers going to investigate there.
Oh, no. My family moved out of Italy when I was a teenager. I'm just visiting some family. But everyone knows about Poveglia. Before it was home to 60% of Italy's sick people. All of 60% of Italy's sick died there, and then later it was a farm. There are many bodies there, many souls trapped there. My uncle, he worked there as a farmer. He saw a lot of ghosts and actually swam back to Italy.
There you have it, guys. 60% of Italy's sick people died and were buried there. Next time we see you, we'll be on the island. Shoo!
After a bit longer of walking down the waterways, you can see that they finally started to find what basically are boat taxis. Some motorized and some more romantic-style paddle boats. They talked to a few, and surprisingly, most of them understood a lot of their English, you think. Most of them turned down the request, saying that it's evil, it's cursed, and other things along those lines. Probably because as soon as they heard Poveglia, they shudder. Finally, they find a man that would take them. He seemed like he was in the sun most of his life. His buzz-cut white hair seemed to make his skin even more tan.
We were wondering if you could take us to Poveglia, the island. We can pay you, it's no problem.
They agreed and were off. While they were going, he told them a little more about the island. The camera could barely pick up his voice over the motor, but he told them that doctors were allowed to go to the island and perform experiments on the sick. Because there were no authorities, they had no limitations. There were all kinds of lobotomies, electric shock to cure homosexuality, and all kinds of other things. One day, one of the doctors went mad and threw himself off the tower, which we can see in the distance. They made it and set up camp in a building. They didn't want to explore just yet, because they wanted their reactions to be authentic. They got there relatively late. There were only a few hours left of sunlight. They didn't want to build a fire because it was illegal for them to be there, and police boats drive in the water close by.
Everyone got their mics? Let's explore as much of this place as we can while we still have light. Okay, let's make our way to the left along the gate.
Rick steals the intro for the shot.
Ciao, gatos amici. Smash like if you think my Italian is better than Sam's, and thumbs down if you think Sam's is better. You know, it's crazy the history here. If you will follow me, this is where the living spaces were supposed to be. From the pictures we saw in our research, there were bunk beds so close you could barely walk between them.
I don't feel right. I just feel off. Something's not right about this place, Jax.
The camera turns to her. She looked pale and looked like she was going to throw up.
Here, drink some water and rest for a bit. We've been exploring quite a bit of the island so far. It's probably some weird effect from the plane and pressure and all that. Back to the history. This place was a few things before it became illegal to be here. Like we talked about before, it was home to over 100,000 plague victims that were experimented on and tortured. It was also a farm and an asylum. There was even a family that, being completely ignorant to its history, bought the island and tried to make it a home. After, I believe it was a few days, they left because a rock came out of nowhere and hit their little girl in the head. Our only experience with the paranormal so far was hearing quiet footsteps in the room next to us.
I'm telling ya, there's gotta be someone else on this island that is messing with us.
Relax. There are 4 of us with weapons. I only grabbed this brick to play along. Your mind is playing tricks on you.
Oh, Jesus!
Please tell me you were recording.
Oh, come on, man. He could have had rabies.
Why are you guys so mad? Ah, come on. Guys, why do you watch scary movies? To get scared and laugh at each other, right? How much of a difference is this? There's no such thing as ghosts, guys. I got to see an instant replay. Let me see the camera, Judd. Where's the footage from the other buildings we explored?
It's all in the same place. Same file, same everything. Let me see it. Rick, did you delete everything? What the hell, man? There were hours of footage on this. I never stopped recording this whole trip.
Ugh, this is why we have a camera guy to do all of this, man. Look. We still got 2 places we haven't gone yet. We haven't gone to the tower or the church. I say we go to the tower to get a shot of the view before the sun gets too low. Those in favor say aye.
They all say aye, and make their way to the stairwell and start climbing. When they get close to the top, you see light flickering on the wall from the room ahead.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Everyone be quiet like your life depends on it. There's a light at the top.
Well, yeah, there's light. That's the sunset.
Does the sun flicker, Sam? I don't think so. Everyone, just be ready to do some damage when we get in there.
It takes a while for Rick to check the angles to see if he could spot someone, but it's all clear for now. As you walk in, you see all kinds of herbs tied together and drying. A few lit candles, a bed, a book stand, beakers, and other science equipment. You look around even more, and Judd decides to get the shot to get out.
Quiet on set. Quiet on set. I want to get this shot and get out. This place is giving me bad vibes. You know what?
The camera does a
Whatever.
pan shot and zooms to see a skull on a desk. They wonder if it's even real, or if it was put there by some punk trying to scare people.
Nah, probably left here by some Italian kids to scare tourists.
Hey guys, you hear that whispering? Where's it coming from? Help me find it.
As Judd keeps looking, you see a plague doctor suit, and it scares the hell out of Judd for a moment, but it stays still.
Oh, Jesus!
They wander around for a bit, and then the camera gets closer to the suit. The camera was fixed on it, and the longer you look at it, the more you see what looks like heat waves coming off a car, off the suit. The whispers get louder. And then his arm jolts and points at Judd, now chanting. The camera jolts upward, looking at the ceiling. He's grabbing his head in pain. The next thing you know, someone is carrying Judd over their shoulder, down the stairwell. The camera's lens is in the dirt, and all you can hear is everyone freaking out. They start to see mounds of dirt rise to reveal skeletons with glowing blue eyes and a dark essence walk towards them.
Just run! Stay together and run!
They had filed down teeth and fingertips, all to a fine point. Eventually, after dodging the undead, they come across a building and they dive into it thinking it would be easier to fight them if they had to come in one at a time through the doorway. Sam starts to hyperventilate out of fear. They try to calm her down so that they don't draw too much attention.
Hey. Shh. We're fine. I don't think they saw where we were going. We're fine. We're good.
Looks like we're able to make it to both of them after all. Guys, if ever we needed to brainstorm, now's the time. How are we going to kill that thing? I want to make sure it dies.
From Jack's face, the sound was coming from underneath the cement floor. Then more scratching joined. The scratching was constant, and then the skeletons started to gather at the front door. Sam, being scared still, took comfort in the fact that they couldn't come in.
I have a lighter in my backpack. If we can trap him someplace flammable, we can barbecue this asshole.
The collapsing roof!
Yes, I like it. That same place that Judd said we should avoid because we could fall right through it. I took a safe route last time. If I can get him over there, I can throw something at the ground and we can get started on doing a late October barbecue like Juddy said. Listen, me and Jax are gonna rush through these guys and you guys follow the path we clear. I'll lure him to the roof, into the collapsing floor, and Judd, you light the room on fire. We'll meet back at the church.
Judd puts down the camera, and you can see them fight. Sam with her fists, and Judd with a brick. For some reason, they mostly favored attacking Sam. Judd lowered the brick and walked up to one, curiously.
Judd, what the hell are you doing? What the hell?
That's when he remembered his cross under his shirt. He pulled it out, and the surrounding undead flinched and kept a good few feet from him, keeping him and Sam safe.
Hey, where's Jax? Rick, where is he?
As she started to cry, a body fell into the church. It was Jax. All the scratching from the cement slab underneath and cries eventually fall into silence, and all that you could hear was Rick, moaning and huffing in pain. The skeletons were just a pile of bones. They tried to carry Rick to the shore so that they could get off that cursed island. While they sat at the docks, helping Rick with their limited knowledge, Rick tells them to get the bones and hide them in the tower. They did so and clogged up the entrance to the tower with the piles of wood. Because the fire was so big now, the police came before the boat that dropped them off and placed them under arrest. Before they were able to cuff Sam, she finished the video by saying,
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.